Swedish guy nobody really cares about named Marcus Alexei Perjan, also known as, made a small game in 2009 called Cave Game, which people call these days. This game kept growing until in 2011 some guy named Andrew Spinks wanted more out of Minecraft, and that inspired him and a small team of game testers and designers to work on a game called Now those two games are not similar at all. One is 3-dimensional, one is 2-dimensional. One is a sandbox adventure and a creativity-based building game, and the other is just a silly god slayer simulator where you can kill gods with some garbage like a snowball launcher and upgrade your garbage to divine tools so strong it's convenient to use the air slash of your sword than the sword blade itself. And here is me, a Minecraft and a Terraria fan. I was hyperfixated on those two games as a kid. So much I've thought at some point about the idea of mixing those two games together. But thinking about it first doesn't matter if someone managed to do it before you, dumbass. This is a lesson for you to do and not think, cause thinking is just a waste of time. TerrariaCraft, a Minecraft mod made by a guy named Zeeth and a small team of developers in 2016. It's still incomplete and is being worked on, despite the harsh situation they're currently dealing with. The mod got a decent attraction back in 2016. Here is me making my TerrariaCraft world. Ha ha ha! I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I picked a medium-sized world. This turned out to be a mistake because apparently TerrariaCraft developers define medium the same way Western clothing companies do. I chose Master Mode and picked Corruption because everyone knows Corruption is better than Crimson. Who even likes King Crimson? King Corruption would have been so much better. I blurred out a real footage of King Corruption because I don't want to spoil JoJo's peculiar quest for my wife because I'm a good partner. So I spawned in and my computer was dying for some reason. I did the usual Terraria things, murdered an innocent slime, chopped some trees, and then I mined out an area for the NPC's hotel that I'll make, which is basically a place where you can legally imprison NPCs in Terraria. Anyway, I realized I needed torches for the hotel, which means I needed gel, which you get from slimes. They were not spawning. Well, this is one of the many things that went wrong in the first 3 hours of playing this mod. Because my dumbass couldn't read and I was playing on an old unstable version of the mod, so I'll try to be quick with what happened in those 3 hours. I mined some stone, then started making the hotel anyway, chopped some trees, planted some trees, net zero deforestation. I used platforms as a ceiling for the hotel creation, but then realized later that it doesn't work this way in TerrariaCraft and they actually want me to make a village like a loser. I was trying to figure out how to get under platforms for a rough minute, but then realized it was a keybind. I went mining, grabbed some ores, found a couple life crystals, and sure, everyone knows about the water bucket clutch, but have you ever heard about the rope clutch? Does this even work in Terraria? And of course it doesn't. Like, you can literally get a grappling hook in Terraria that TerrariaCraft doesn't have. Anyway, I finished mining and made some tools and armor, and the UI was so damn laggy for some reason. And I was trying to make arrows, which I found out after a few minutes of confusion that it's impossible in the old version I was playing, which is why the UI was also lagging. I made a platinum crown, a material needed to make the summon for our first boss, King Slime, and of course, I had to walk for miles with no Hermes boots because I couldn't find a single accessory in chests because it was an older version of the mod and I needed to find the demon altar, which is found in a corruption biome. I found it and made the King Slime summon after dying a lot on the way. I tried cheesing King Slime by building a small upper platform that pushes him down whenever he teleports to me, so I can shoot him from up there, but then I died. Walked all the way to the demon altar, had a strong urge to break my monitor, and I tried fighting him again. But this time I died because I ran out of arrows because I couldn't craft any, and my only arrow source was the pots I was breaking in caves. And so I walked all the way there again, and don't forget that I kept going back to mine for platinum to make more platinum crowns. And so I fought King Slime again. And this time, I finally managed to kill. Yes! Yes! Oh my god, I fucking killed it! That's where I realized I was playing on an older version of the mod. So I installed the correct version, made a new small world, and of course, I won't do all that bullshit again, so I just gave myself the stuff I already had. And oh my god, the UI is not lagging anymore. And NPCs are finally arriving! I then bought the mini shark, and remember the many times I had to walk to the demon altar? Yeah, I've already crafted the summon for our next boss, the Eye of Cthulhu. And so I fought it. Then tried fighting it again and died. And I was so mad. I wanted to put all my anger on King Slime, but then also died immediately. And so I gathered some accessories, since this time they actually spawn in chests, and fought the eye again. So it was time to fight the Eater of Worlds. I can easily defeat Devourer of Gods in Terraria Calamity. This will be easy. This was not easy. I died immediately. And so I thought about cheesing it. Basically in Terraria you can already kinda cheese the Eater of World by summoning it and then get on top of a high platform, since it needs to stick near the ground. And in TerrariaCraft, that should be much easier. I spent so much time making this platform, as I sometimes accidentally dashed or get pushed by soul eaters, and I regret everything. And so the platform was done, and I was ready. And I got pushed off by a Harpy. And then the next try I ran out of grenades. The last try, I spent my life savings on grenades, and I was ready. And I finally did it! Oh my god! Now there's only one boss left. Queen Bee. Yeah, so basically there are only 4 bosses in TerrariaCraft, and Queen Bee is the last. I gathered some Hellstone ores and obsidian to craft Hellstone bars, but then a meteor fell, so I didn't really need those. I gathered the meteorite ore, made the space gun and the full meteor armor, and there I was, ready. After the thousands of blocks I walked, the number of times I almost gave up fighting bosses, the moments where I genuinely lost hope, but kept going anyway. All of it led to this moment. When the odds are against you, when it feels impossible to get back up, remember that things can always get worse, because apparently Queen Bee is invisible. Lovely. Awesome. It's like it wasn't hard enough already, so let's just make it impossible. Nope. Nope. Absolutely not. I'm quitting.